Hey gang, it's Bryan from FXBilliards. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, ball in hand. What do you do when you are fortunate enough to get ball in hand in a game of 8-ball or a game of 9-ball or a game of 10-ball? If you are wasting ball in hand, you are wasting your ability to play safeties, you are wasting your opportunities to run out, because if you don't know what to do with ball in hand and your opponent does, guess who wins every time? Falling in the same category of not breaking up clusters is not solving problems at the table. Now, one of the reasons why a lot of players do not solve the problems that they have at the table is because they don't realize they have a problem. Well, if you're solids, you have a problem. Your problem here is you have 4 balls down here that you can make, and a lot of people are taking their ball in hand and shooting at these 4 balls. And you have a ball down here that's on the rail, the short rail, worst place it could possibly be right now. And you're working this into the table. You've got a ball down there. A lot of players of all different levels are not going to run these 4 balls off, get to the 2 ball, and get back for the 8 ball. And some people will even think, well, I'm going to use the 3 to get down table for the 2, and then the 2 will put me on the 4. You're getting a little bit closer. The problem is players overestimate their abilities, particularly to play position. If you play the 3 to get on the 2 or the 4 to get on the 2, you better get on this 2 ball really well. If you get too straight, if you have a really sharp angle, if you do anything wrong here, you never get to the rest of the rack. So what you do is you solve your problems while the table is target rich. You do not have to be a good player at all. You do not have to have good position play at all to play this 2 ball in that corner pocket with your ball in hand and bring your cue ball down table where you have the 4, the 3, the 7. You literally will have a shot on about 3 of these 4 balls just from getting down table. Even if your speed control sucks, you're going to get down here and have a number of shots. And guess what? The ball that was keeping you from running out is now off the table, and you don't have that issue. Solve problems with your ball in hand, whether it's a cluster, a ball that's on the rail, a ball that's just outside the side pocket that you can't possibly put in the corner or the side. Solve those problems while you have ball in hand. This is one of my favorite shots in pool. Here's the situation. You have the solids. I kind of touched on this on the previous shot. You have the solids. You have a ball that is on the edge of the side pocket. You can't play it down table from here because you scratch in that side pocket or you hit the edge of the pocket. It's just not enough room for it. If you did have this pocket free, you might not even pass the edge of this pocket. So what do? Well, if you have a chance, you have ball in hand, in this situation, you shoot a draw shot and just nudge that 5 ball. It might be a follow shot, depends on the situation, but don't leave balls in this spot. I see it all the time. When I see that, I think that guy is going to lose because everybody else has a makeable shot. He's got to do 2 steps in order to make that. And if he's really a weak player, he's thinking, I'm going to bank that over here. No, you're not going to bank it over there. Only in your dreams is this guy that good a bank shot shooter that he's going to bank that at this end of this game with his opponent having 2 free balls, and he's going to win everything. Get it off of the rail. In this case, I would shoot a little draw shot. I only need to touch it. I only want to touch it. If I do more than that, then I'm going to blow it. It's not going to be a makeable shot. Now, because I touched it, it actually goes in this corner pocket. The only down thing is I didn't leave myself an easy shot after the 5, but you're not going to have this exact configuration. So you might as well get your balls off the rail, and yes, we're going left. I'm not picking up the bridge for this. And even if I don't make it in the side pocket, I can now make it in the corner pocket. So there, I took a casual route for that pattern, but You could get out here and play it in the side. You could do anything you wanted to. But stop leaving balls on the edge of the side pockets. You're not going to run out if that ball is there at the end of the game. Take care of it early. Another thing I'll see players doing is they'll have a situation like this. They know they should play that 15. Got to clear up the table, right? We got some problem shots, right? Okay. Don't put your cue ball here. If you want to play from the 15 to the 12 and you put your cue ball here and you play the 15 in that corner pocket, what did you do? You put yourself up against this rail, in some cases flat against it, but I'm far enough up against this rail that if I needed to put draw on that 12 ball, I can't put it on there. So why would I want to put myself close to the rail? If you have ball in hand or not, and your cue ball is close to the rail and your object ball is close to the rail, and you shoot a simple stop shot, guess where you're going to be? Close to the rail. Bring your cue ball out here, make your 12 ball after the 15 by playing position off of the rail. And now I can do anything I want on that 12. I can shoot a stop shot, a draw shot, anything that I want, I'm going to get out. So this layout actually illustrates a number of mistakes that players make when they have ball in hand, an 8 ball. One of them is, we talked about the 3 ball earlier, not particularly 3, but balls that are on the short rail are problems. So a lot of you are thinking, I'm going to use my ball in hand, I'm going to clear up the 3 ball, and you would be right. But you can also use your ball in hand to play the 7, because that's naturally going to fix your problem shot. You play the 7 with a stop shot, you play the 3, you're in business. Another thing you can do here is, let's say your problem shots were magnified. You not only have the 3, but you have the 7 as a problem shot. Now you don't want to shoot the 3 and then hope for the 7. You've got ball in hand. Shoot the 3 and put yourself on the rest of the rack after fixing that problem. So that's a very good use of your ball in hand, is to solve multiple problems. Another problem, stop using your ball in hand on pocket hangers. If you have a hanger and you're not sure if you're going to get out, if you take that ball in hand and shoot that pocket hanger, guys, you're killing me. Sometimes, very rare occasion, maybe 1 in 100 times, it makes sense for you to shoot that hanger. I can even give you an example. But most of the time, that should be your insurance shot, whether it's here or here, it doesn't matter. Stop taking ball in hand and shooting shots that you could make from anywhere in the room, okay? It just doesn't make any sense. You need these balls. The next thing, this is not just a pocket hanger, but it is the best key ball. Those of you that don't know what the key ball is, you haven't watched enough of our videos, because we talk about it about every 6 months. The key ball is the ball that is going to put you on the 8 ball. This is the best key ball on the table. If I play the 5 at some point from just about anywhere, I can get on this 8 ball and win the game. How come so many of you get through your first 7 balls and you never have a shot at the 8? Because you haven't planned ahead and you shot your key ball off early. Don't shoot your key ball off until you have to, unless it's your insurance shot and you don't have any choice about it, but definitely don't use your ball in hand on your key ball. Major, major mistake. So use your cue ball and your ball in hand to solve a problem, fix another problem at the same time if you can. Take care of your key ball by not shooting it, all right? If I had to shoot the 5 or the 1 here, I'm going to shoot the 1 every time. Guess what? Put the 1 here, take it out of the pocket. I'm still going to shoot the 1 first, because this ball automatically puts me on the 8, and the 1, I have to do something good. I have to come off the rail, I have to shoot a draw shot, I have to come off of multiple rails, I have to shoot a forced follow. I'm going to get there, but why would I put myself through all of that just because I shot this ball off? Take care of your key ball by not shooting it, okay? The longer you can keep that 5 on the table, the better your chances of winning. Remember earlier where I said don't use your ball in hand to play a pocket hanger? Well, I have really bad news. Most intermediate players or lower misplay pocket hangers. When I say you misplay them, I mean the position you get on them. Yes, you got to get position on pocket hangers. And the position you get from them. Because you're doing things like coming rail first over here to try to come around. Rail first is a joke. Rail first is a sucker bet that amateur players take all the time. The best players in the world, when they have fallen for that, they've done something that is extremely embarrassing. They've come rail first and totally did not touch this damn ball. Okay, there's absolutely no reason to go rail first if you have ball in hand. Break one of those other rules. Put your cue ball on the rail. Why am I putting my cue ball on the rail, Brian? Because you can play this with running English. Watch the 7 ball. This is good stuff. You can get automatically on this 7 ball by playing this shot. I challenge any of you to put that ball back in the pocket, take your cue ball, put it anywhere else on the table, and find a route that moves in line with this 7 ball. There are times when you will use your ball in hand with a pocket hanger. That is one of them, one of the hundreds of thousands that might come up in your lifetime if you play long enough. And then you're out. So just because we have rules like don't put your cue ball on the rail, don't use your ball in hand on a pocket hanger, those rules sometimes need to be broken depending on where you need to get for your next shot. You have ball in hand on the stripes. Do you see the pattern here? Well, there may be more than one pattern. One of the major mistakes that players make with their ball in hand is playing the wrong pattern. Wrong pattern is this: anything that doesn't put you out, that doesn't make sense. I tell my students, make a case for the pattern that you're playing. And when I say make a case for it, I mean we're in court and you tell me I want to play the 10 ball there, and I say, whoa, 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 why are we playing the 10 there? And you say, well, I'm going to play the 10 there and I'm going to get on the 11 because the 10 puts me on the 11. Well, you made a case for your shot. Not the best case, your guy's not walking, okay? Because I have to ask you why you would come here and force yourself to get the right position on the 11 ball that you can make after getting on the 13 ball. So there are ways to run out. Very honestly, advanced players are going to do a number of different things here to run out. There's on a Monday, I might take this cue ball here and make the 13 and then the 10 and then the 11. Another day, I might play the 10 there, certainly not there, the 10 there, play the 11, bounce out, and get on the 13. Not as clear cut, but it's a pattern that works. The moral of the story is, make sure you have a pattern in mind before you take your ball in hand and say, I'm going to get on the 10 and then I'm going to get on the 11 ball. Which brings me to another mistake that players will make with ball in hand. You've got ball in hand, you know you have to get from the 10 to the 11, and then from the 11, you need to get down table. Let's say that's the case. You put your cue ball here, and you shoot a little draw shot here to get on the 11, and you give yourself what might or might not be a good angle on the 11. And by the way, if you really screwed that up and got too straight on it, so let's say you had something that looked like this, and you turned it into something that looked like this. So now You're up against the rail, you're too straight, you got a target-rich ball down here, but guess what? The 11 to the 13 is no layup, folks, okay? So stop taking the short little draw shot, the shot that I might take, the shot that other more advanced players might take. Stop shooting the short little draw shot and getting out of position and play the simple short little follow shot and guarantee yourself that you're going to have an angle on this 11 because you have much more control over the cue ball. Yes, as you get better and better, you'll have more control over what happens with your draw shot, but a big ball in hand mistake is giving yourself a draw shot when the follow shot is right there in front of you. So here we go. We play our 11. We got a target-rich 13. We have a target-rich 8. This is practically a hanger. You're totally straight in. What are you going to do? Well, you can't put yourself on the rail now, but if you did, you'd have an easier time with this. So we get to show off a little bit and play a nice little draw shot that's going to put us on the 8 ball. We'll put some draw on this to keep from scratching in the corner like an idiot, and we're out. So the moral of the story is, make a case for the pattern you want to play when you have ball in hand. Common ball in hand mistake. You have the 5 sitting in the pocket. You have the 8 sitting in the pocket, and you're on the 3. Common ball in hand mistake. Playing the 5 and thinking you're going to get on the 3. Why is that a mistake? It's not that difficult to get from the 5 to the 3 if there's no traffic there. There's traffic here. Common mistake. I'm going to shoot the 3 down there, and I'm going to stop here, or I'm going to stop here, or I'm going to stop here and get that 5 ball. Why? Why do you think you're going to make a perfect shot and stop between these obstacles? It's not that difficult, by the way. I'd say the average intermediate player, probably about half the time, you will stop there, there, or there. Why half the time? Because it's about a 50% probability. Okay? If you look at the path of the ball, about 50% of the time this ball is coming down here, you can actually see the 5 ball. It looks like a big gap in there, right? No, it's not that big a gap. But you know what is a big gap? If I play the 3 down here and I shoot a follow shot and my cue ball stops rolling anywhere from here to here, no traffic, I can see that 5 ball. The 5 to the 8 is not a layup, by the way, but I need to get on the 5 or nothing else matters, as Metallica says. So what do? Take my ball in hand. I shoot into this huge gap up there. Come down here, by the way, when you have one of these shots, any shot that you need speed control, and imagine if my cue ball stops here or it stops here, I'm okay. So this is my zone. Land in your zone, guys. Look at what it is. There's a reason you see pros walking around the table all the time. They want to see what actually goes and what it's going to look like when they get there. So now, this huge zone that I did not have to be a good player to land in, I have a shot at the 5. So stop putting yourself in traffic when you have ball in hand. We've got traffic now, but it's not our choice, okay? It is what it is. The only other way we could have avoided that traffic is to shot a perfect follow shot here, come off the 5, and then, wait, we might run into the 15. So we don't have the luxury of always avoiding traffic, but we do have that luxury when we have ball in hand. Now, if we cut this in, traffic is not an issue. We'll just come out and we'll have a shot on the 8 ball. But stop taking your ball in hand and going into traffic so you can make a slightly easier shot. It's just bad medicine. So let's look at something else. All too common ball in hand mistake. Crossing the shot line. What does that mean? I'm on the 14. I want to get on the 13. There's my 8 ball. I've got ball in hand. I've thought about it, and going from the 13 to the 14, I don't really like it. You have your ball in hand. You want to follow for dough, right? Please. So you say, okay, I'm going to play this 14. I'm going to bounce off the rail. I'm going to get on the 13. You are crossing the shot line. This is the shot line. You're crossing that line, and now look what you have. A crazy cut on the 13. You're on the rail. All bad things have happened, and all you had to do was go the other direction. If you come here and you shoot the exact same shot, watch what happens with our cue ball. We can undershoot it, we can overshoot it. We move right in line with the 13. Which shot do you want? This one or this one? Also, if I undershot it, I'm here. If I overshot it, I'm here. Which one do you want? This one, or this one? Learn to move in line with the shot, especially if you have ball in hand. There is no reason for you to be crossing the shot line. There is no reason for you to take this 14, bounce off of this rail, because a lot of you would do that. You bounce off of this rail, and guess what your cue ball is doing? Crossing the shot line. You have to be really good to stop that ball there after coming off of that rail. You don't have to do anything special if you just give yourself this angle, come up here, and move in line with the 13. It's so simple, by the way, that if you shot a draw shot here, which is one of my favorite shots, I probably wouldn't do it with ball in hand, you can still move in line with that 13 ball. If you don't know these simple angles, you're not playing enough pool. So get on the table and learn these angles. But the main focus here is do not put yourself in a situation where this is my shot line, the ball's crossing it. We have to deal with this so many times when we don't have control over it. Don't put it in your game when you do have control over it.
Hey gang, if you enjoy FX Billiards on YouTube, you'll love FXBTV. It's the ultimate streaming platform for exclusive videos, tips, and techniques you won't find anywhere else. Join now to lock in our special introductory rate and be part of the FX Billiards community.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit us in the comments and tell us what a great job we did. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Did I mention that before? Oh, and the thumbs up. That's an important one. You guys, make sure you do that.